Hey, I'm Jan Frodeno, and you're watching IronmanHacks.
Hey everybody. I just came back from an open water swim where I tested Form's SwimStraight feature. Now, these are the Form 1 goggles. The SwimStraight feature is a feature available on both the Form 1 and the Form 2 goggles, but take note, you have to have the premium subscription to use it. Anyway, you'll get the premium subscription, I believe, for 12 months for free when you first buy the goggles. So for your first year of owning it, you don't have to pay for that. Check the website for the prices. I think it's like 10 or 20 bucks a month for the premium subscription. In addition to that, you get training plans and other features, but that's secondary. Anyway, I'm here to tell you about how the SwimStraight feature works. Sighting, right? It helps you with sighting, and that's a problem a lot of triathletes have, me included. It's never been my strong point. So sighting's any assistance I can get is welcome. Basically what this is it's a compass. So a compass bearing will show up in your goggles in the lens of your goggle. So if I'm looking at the buoy that I want to go to and it's at 270 degrees that way, I will see a 270 degrees in my lens and a little arrow right in the middle pointing at 270, and the buoy's right there. So now I know I need to keep it at 270. If I turn, I'll be at 240. If I turn over here, I'll be at 210, right? And if I see myself swimming at 210, I know I'm off, and then I know I've got to come back to 270 until it's right. So that's how it works. I tested it. I swam about 2 kilometers, and short answer is it's awesome. It works. It works well. It functions as it says. I thought that when your head is at a y-axis like this, it would be optimized, and that when you're looking down in the water, it wouldn't necessarily work because you're pointing down and it's not pointing forward, but it doesn't care. So even when you're pointing down and you're not sighting properly, it still maintains the bearing. It doesn't flip around and, I thought it would go all wonky, but it doesn't. So that's great. What it does do maybe every 30 seconds or so is it comes up with an alert. It says, please sight for safety. Fair enough, right? It wants you to look up. They want you to look up, make sure you know where you're going, make sure there's nobody in your way, make sure you're actually on target, right? So you can't follow the bearing completely blind. That wouldn't be wise. If you don't look up, then that notification will stay in your screen, in your lens. It's kind of annoying. So it kind of forces you to look up. At the same time, while doing this, I could see my pace. I set it up to show my pace. It's not really real-time pace, but it's your pace to that moment, cumulative. So it's your average from when you started to where you are now, which is perfect. It's what I want to see. If I know I'm shooting for a 2-minute pace or a 1:55 pace for the duration of my race, then I know at the end whether I've hit my target or not. And it also shows the time at the top, how many minutes and seconds you've been going. I believe you can configure it to show your strokes per minute as well. And it also shows the heart rate. Now, Form 2 shows the heart rate automatically. It's got a heart rate sensor. Form 1 will show it if you connect it to your Garmin. But that's a different thing. That's a different topic. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here more to talk about the SwimStraight feature. Now, what did I not like about it? I did not like the calibration. I tried it at home a few times, couldn't get it to calibrate. Basically, what you got to do is you got to put the goggles on, put them on, then it asks you to tilt your head to the right like this, tilt your head to the left like this. Oh, first, tilt your chin down to your chest like this, and then it asks you to rotate in a circle like 360. So I did it like 4 or 5 times. It failed every time, but then finally I did it at the beach. It worked fine. I got it rolling, put it on. Beautiful experience. I stopped it in the middle of the swim to see what would happen, and it actually made me recalibrate it again, which was super annoying. But why would you stop it in the middle of the swim? And also, calibrating it in the water is actually easier. It just felt easier to do, and it worked quickly. So it works. The calibration is not that simple. So my tip is, don't do this. Just like the age-old tip for every triathlon and run ever, don't try anything new on race day. Go to the beach, go to an open water location, and try these goggles for yourself. Try them for yourself before you actually, do it in a race. There were 3 other athletes here at this swim. None of them had tried it. None of them could get it to work on the first try. basically, you know, you need to fiddle around with it for 10 minutes to calibrate it, to set it up, to learn how it works, to go through all the silly screens. Not silly, but they're finicky and, you know, tedious to go through all those screens and figure out what you're doing. You've got to learn it, basically. If you learn it, you'll be fine. But don't go to the beach, don't go to the race, don't go to the open water without learning it, because it takes some time to learn. So I suggest you learn it at home, learn it on your own first. Obviously, this doesn't work and it's not applicable to pool swims. So I got a race coming up. Wow, you hear that scream? I got a race coming up in 3 or 4 weeks. I'm gonna be using it. So every time I hit a new buoy, I'm gonna recite, look at that buoy, take note of the bearing, keep that bearing in mind. Perfect situation, perfect solution. I think it's awesome. And yeah, try it for yourself. Thanks a lot, you guys. I should have more videos on form goggles, specifically head scores and all those things about the metrics that you can do in the pool to improve your stroke. Those should be coming out later. But in the meantime, if you got any value out of this, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one. See you guys.